Hello everyone, welcome back to Starter Games with the Horned Mando. I am the Horned Mando. I have Medic with me again on this beautiful Timberborn day.
Yes, hello everyone.
Yeah. Medic's been having a little bit trouble with his audio today, so he might
I think we got it figured out now.
hopefully. So this is a game I've
Fingers
been
crossed.
yeah, this is a game you had told me you'd wanted to do with me. You were like, "Oh yeah, I can freaking do some Timberborn."
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, no, this is actually interesting. This particular game has a lot of different features in it. Um, that since my first recording, I've been tooling around with and just exploring. Um, it actually has the ability that you can go in and edit the maps and such too. Um, so like if you're finding that there's just not enough resources for you to work with, like you can go in, add resources to your map to a map, or move some like rivers and shit around. Um,
Pretty cool.
oh yeah, no, I was, and this is Timbertown 3. I don't know if you did watch my first Timberborn video. Um,
I did, yeah.
yeah, so I had a few setbacks, but this is actually Timbertown 3. M- much bigger than Timbertown 1 ever got.
Oh yeah, much
Um,
bigger.
yeah, this is where the town center is right here, or this part of the
Hmm.
town center. So like I've got an entire industrial complex right here. The game's on pause, so none of the beavers are doing anything. Um, and I've got some other areas in here. I'm moving a lot of my beavers back to the main space because I'm having some food supply issues right now.
Okay.
In game. So we're gonna let them start again. So I'm moving them back to the first district because I have a surplus of food in the first district, um, and that lets them all get fed. Interesting thing, because this is a right now there's actually two factions of beaver in this game. Um,
Okay.
one are the is the faction I'm playing now. The what are they? I don't remember what they're called. But the other is the Iron Teeth, which are a little more. They have a different flavor to them as far as like their assets. Where these guys are a
Okay.
little more. Everything looks like wood. Everything is kind of a little more. I want to say homey. Has like a homey feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a completely different aesthetic for sure.
Yeah, and I'll show you them in a minute because there's some interesting things about them I want to show you. But this is the current city I'm running. I have over a little over 300 beavers. Um, in this particular city, I have four different districts. This is my scrap camp district. Like over here would be like the residential area. Um,
Yeah.
and there was like a scrap pile right here, but I had it all mined out. Um, and then you go over here, and then like there's scavenger stations here. And what they do is they take apart this. It almost looks like scaffolding, but they'll take it apart and move it back into the camp. What then happens is I have these distribution posts, which move
I'm
things.
just gonna mute my mic here. 1 second. Sorry, there's just some background noise coming from some police alarms outside. So
Oh,
just give me 1 second.
it's Toronto. So do, 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 do. And we're just gonna wait here, but yeah, I've also got an entire area devoted to forestry. As well as, oh, I got two entire areas devoted to forestry.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, not a problem. I was just telling everybody that I've got the two entire districts devoted to forestry at the moment, um, which kind of help collect in wood, make planks, so further construction can happen. And I will move that. So what I just did is I used one of my distribution posts to create a route to a drop-off zone in another district so that goods and things like that can be moved from the district into the other district.
Smart.
So here's lumber camp number 1. They have about 52 jobs that can be done in lumber camp 1. And I can move a population. I'm going to move 50 beavers from District 1 to Lumber Camp 1.
Okay.
And that's going to occur when, well, some of it's going to happen right now, but some of it will happen when the sun goes back up, if not all of them move over.
Now, how are you
Mhm.
solving the food distribution issue you mentioned?
Right now, I'm just moving them back into the, like, 17 kids while I wasn't looking. Yeah, there just wasn't enough in their camp at the moment, and they're primarily a camp devoted to building or, well, bringing in wood, essentially, as you can see.
Devoted to that in my 20s.
Yup. Weren't we all at some point? So yeah, no, right now I've got like 75 beavers here that are unemployed. This bar shows you how many beavers you have working, how many vacancies and jobs you have, and how many unemployed beavers there are.
So there are 75 unemployed. How many vacancies do you have, though?
None.
Okay, so there are no jobs for those beavers.
Not at the moment, and do remember I did just move some in. Now I have a few jobs that are going to be opening soon. So if I were to go open, say, the assigned priorities, you can see the buildings that are yet to be built. So I have more pumps that are coming in and more walkways that are going to be built. So until that's all built up, like until all the like the platforms are built, they cannot build the pump because there's nothing to support it. So they got to finish building this section, and then they will build the pump on top. Oh, it looks like they're ready to build that pump. They'll probably do that in the morning. And that will increase water production. Now you can also do things like put in dams and things like that. And we even have like science things. I think I'm going to let this particular episode go a little long because there's just so much to say about this game, and it's actually really well thought out.
Yeah, it's a super intricate game with.
Oh yeah, like you need the inventor posts pretty much to do anything. Because that will give you science points up here. And then science points can be used to pay for, like, learning, essentially. Like, oh, how do I build a 3-high platform? Well, you can spend 200 science points and unlock that blueprint.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Or how do I use an irrigation tower, or how do I get an irrigation tower? 200
Mm.
science points right there.
How do you generate more points?
So if you have, oh, hold on. So what you have to do is you have to build up the inventor shack. Then you have to staff it. So a beaver has to be in there, inventing shit essentially. Um, you can have a few different ones. I have like three in the first district, and the more you have, the more quickly you gain points. Now there is one other position I could build actually. It's gonna take a little bit, but I can build it. The observatory, though I don't know where I want to build it. Oh, I guess there's fine enough. You know what? No. I want to build a bigger windmill here.
Oh yeah.
Because some things do require power, such as like the mills
Hmm. That
and the
makes sense.
smelter and things like that. So, ooh, and mud baths. Um, they haven't really gotten any popularity because for whatever reason the beavers don't want to go and build the platforms I need for them. Um, so I'm waiting on that, and then they'll be powered and be able to have more recreation, which is also a thing that the for their mental health is needed. Um,
Nice.
yeah, no, it very much so is. Like you can even build a temple too. Like it does incorporate a lot of things like religion and which makes me laugh because it's like, oh, you need science points to do
To
for
unlock
to to, un,
correct.
to unlock religion. Yeah, no, I thought that was funny. Um, I I don't know if everybody will, but hey, that's just you either that well that's the thing with this channel. It's always been you either think something we say is hilarious or you don't. That's been since day one.
Yeah.
The other nice thing I like here is they have decorations. Like you can put little potted like I got shrubs, like these little shrubs here,
Oh yeah.
and they add to the aesthetic.
Which improves like mental health and
Yeah,
everything. Okay.
and
Cool.
these little benches too. Like um, also the campfires and stuff. That's a recreational thing. I have this little dock here. That's a recreational thing. It seems to be pretty popular.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No kidding.
Um, but then you also have like the rooftop terraces and things of that nature.
Little beaver bars.
Hmm?
They're little beaver bars.
Kind of.
Love it.
Okay, I'm gonna migrate district, and I gotta check on this population over here. Okay, they seem okay, but it's like, guys, this is the other problem I have with them sometimes, where it's like, if you're thirsty, pump water or store water. Like they don't have any in there. Well, I guess they're just gonna have to pump some more tomorrow. Like they got upteen pumps here. So, but that's the thing that sometimes gets me. It's like you guys have water. You're just choosing not to drink it. Like we're so thirsty. Well, I mean, you got water everywhere, but you're just choosing not to drink any of it. The other
Right.
neat thing here, if you notice when I pull up like a specific place, some of
Mm-hmm.
them have like a priority meter, a workplace priority.
Okay.
So things like the pumps, I always place at the highest priority.
That makes sense.
Food I also put at the highest priority, uh, as well as sometimes the lumberjack stuff, like the lumberjack flags,
Hmm.
because you got to bring in resource, right?
Yeah.
So, um, which on a lower priority job, that means if I don't have enough people to fill in all these positions, um, like if I don't have enough people to do all the jobs I have available, um, it will always take from the lower priority jobs and move them to the higher priority ones.
Makes sense.
Um, which I really do enjoy. It's like, yeah, I can have a ton of haulers when I need a ton of haulers, but when I don't need a ton, I will move them accordingly.
Yeah, you can distribute your workforce where you need it, which is perfect.
Oh yeah, no, it is amazing. Oh, that guy's exhausted. Age 3, already exhausted. How are you
And
homeless? Like we have 117 beds that are not in use. At the age of 3, choosing to be homeless. Holy crap. And exhausted for some reason. I
is he unemployed too?
don't know. At the age of 3, I would hope so. Um,
Who's abandoning 3-year-olds? Where's his parents?
I don't know. I'm just sitting here. It's like that's the weirdest thing I've seen all day. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's a pretty good like overview of a lot of the stuff you can do in this game, at least with this particular faction. They still have a lot to build up in District One,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you saw when I was actually looking at the soon-to-be built stuff, but
Oh,
all that in green and gray.
yeah. There's a lot to be built for sure.
Okay, so I promised you some information on the Iron Teeth as well.
Yeah.
So they're interesting. Um, their population is a little like their population control is a little different too. Um, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute here. It's a lot easier to show you than it is to just explain it. Um, I'm gonna have a drink here real quick. Now this game is still in like early release. So they're still developing it, which is another thing.
Looks really.
Oh, it looks really good, and one of the things I really do appreciate about it is now there's not a whole lot of difference between the two factions.
Mm,
One of the biggest differences are these breeding pods.
okay.
So you can literally like control like instead of having to like, oh, well, I'll build 5 more houses and hope there's more children without, um, worrying or whatever. We have these where I can steadily every so often get 6 more. Um, Now this is also a newer playthrough I started once I unlock these guys.
Mm,
But here, let me pause. You can even see the difference in just the aesthetics. We have more blues, we have more silvers and browns. Another neat thing I found, these here are their log piles, which you can stack stuff on top.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the other faction doesn't have that. Like their log piles, you can't stack anything on top of it. Um, but this one, yeah, I've got like a couple warehouses stacked on top. Another thing I do miss though is in the storage, you don't have like the big underground storage unit,
Hmm.
but you do have stackable industrial log piles.
Love it.
Pretty much a lot of it is the same. The housing is a little different. Obviously, it's a different flavor and a different architecture to it.
Hmm.
Where the
It's a little bit
mm-hmm.
industrial, modernized, for
Yeah,
sure.
and that's pretty much the flavor of this particular faction. I do wish that we had a little like because they're like, oh, this is more of a technological faction, but there's not like other than the engine here and this large water wheel. There's not a whole lot of evidence to that.
I mean, they have breeding pods. That's pretty.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying like if you're gonna tell me they're way more advanced than the other guys, like sure, yeah, that is a larger water wheel. I will give you that, but you know what I mean? Like, give me
Yeah, I
something
mean,
else to tell me
maybe
that.
they are still developing the game, so maybe there's more coming.
Yeah.
No, you're
Oh,
almost there.
possibly. And I'm not again. I'm not saying I've been saying this whole episode. I've been enjoying it.
But yeah, it's a phenomenal game.
And the
Maybe
only
there's something a little bit more futuristic with um, this faction.
a little bit. Not like I'm not asking for a whole ton.
Yeah, no one's asking for jetpacks and ray guns, you know. But
No, but maybe like and Timberborn developers, if you're listening to this, um, maybe like greenhouses. Um,
yeah,
like maybe have greenhouses so it takes up a smaller footprint, but you can say, oh, well, I'm going to make a greenhouse, say in the um, like an 8 square by 8 square area, and it's going to make up the same amount of food in the same amount of time as something twice that size.
yeah, that would definitely add to that feeling of that faction being more advanced for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, throw it in like the science points. Like, okay, yeah, we're gonna need like X amount of science points to get there, but you know, it's there.
Hmm. Definitely.
Like, it is an option, and we can do it. Um, I'm gonna throw in another thing of beds here. Or
Alternatively, you know, there you have the generators and stuff like that. If this one had like a solar farm, or you know,
yeah,
something like that,
I
another way to
I mean, we get an engine. Like, we do get an engine, which is great. That's adds a neat flavor, and I can't wait to see what the engine looks like. I gotta get the science points for it. I do wish that the science points generated a little quicker, as far as I've been able to see, which I could be wrong, but I'm also in the middle, like, playing the game.
mm,
I'm not sitting here timing how long science points take to generate, but it would be nice to see um, them generate a little quicker for this faction.
definitely.
Um, Even like if they were to generate like zero point 0.5 milliseconds quicker or whatever, you know, or gives something for that. You know, we are like the skin. I'm happy with the skin changes. I do feel it gives us a different feel um to the faction, but again, it's like you can change skin all day, but if you don't get any faction advantages, what's the point of having factions?
Exactly. Like we all love a good reskin moment, but sometimes you need more than just
Yeah.
reskin something to call it something new.
Yeah. No, and I do like the new models and the different window designs and things like that. But yeah, it's just in my mind, it would elevate it to a new level if they just did a um, like gave you some faction advantages. Like maybe the other faction's better at reforestation and harvesting lumber. Like they're quicker at that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But the Iron Teeth are better at harvesting like scrap.
Yeah, that would make the most sense, right?
Yeah, since that's like when you look at the two different factions side by side, that's what they're supposed to kind of state. That's what it stated when you're reading the different factions when you're choosing.
Yeah.
So just kind of just a few little notes.
Yeah,
um,
I mean, there's always going to be a couple of notes here or there, but overall, it's still an excellent game. And
oh, it is phenomenal. And I'm playing on easy right now because again, I'm testing the game to see what it can do. Um, the drought system is a bit interesting to get the hang of. Um, because I don't know if you noticed when we were in Timbertown 3, um, we went through a quick drought.
I didn't notice, but you did mention it.
Yeah, so we went through a quick drought. The biggest reason we were able to avoid a lot of the issues was because of dams. Um, they're like a gate that lets out about like they go up to about 1.5 blocks, and then they let um, most of the water spill out, which are really good during droughts because they'll trap a bunch of water in here,
Hmm.
and that'll be great for the farming area. We'll still be able to get some farming done, and we'll be able to get some blueberries still. And oh, right, I almost forgot to mention one of the first food sources you'll get in the game are blueberries. So you gotta put up these gatherer flags. Well, I think we might have lost your audio there again. It's all right, but yeah, no, the I like the variable speed as well. I feel
Can
like
you hear me?
oh, there we go. You're back.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. We just lost you for a second, and I was just mentioning that yeah, blueberries are like the first thing you can start to gather,
Hmm.
and once you unlock the forester stations, you can actually go and plant blueberries.
That
Which
for sure with the food.
oh yeah, so the forester stations really are helpful because they'll replant lumber and food, or essentially. Yeah, I like a good sustainable resources.
Hmm. Definitely.
Yep. And I also am enjoying the fact that you can change the speed um, of the day cycles. So you can, if I want to watch these guys move around in real time, like look at that guy go. Oh yeah, no, I got. Oh, scampering off. See, he's sitting on his tail. Yeah, he's sitting on his tail. There's one with a. He had a barrel. He had some water. So yeah, no, it's always kind of interesting to see. There's the tanks again. Just kind of interesting, like to see them run around, really. Um, but yeah, you also get like a satisfaction meter. Um, so this will tell you what you still need or where you're at. Um, right now they're at about a satisfaction of 6, which is kind of in the middle.
Yeah, like 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Um,
Right.
yeah, kind of, yeah. Well, I think it goes up to at least 12 I've seen.
Okay, right at the halfway point.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Nice.
So, the Iron Teeth, of course, I wouldn't have that much in way of any of these markers because I
Yeah,
just started them.
newer loadout.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm in.
but I did hit 12 on my um, Timbertown 3,
Nice.
which I'm switching back to now. Which because I've ticked off so many more of the boxes, um, it gives more of a consistent, keeps them around 11, which is nice. Um, and the funny thing is, I'm not even like I don't have all. There's certain things that would put me over the top on those that just aren't because I haven't unlocked them yet. Um, so even with my city being as massive as it is, I've got some obviously a bunch of shrubs. I don't have any of the beaver statues yet. None of the monuments. I have a couple mud baths. They're just waiting though. Um, could make a carousel. I don't have the points for that. But, you can only do so much with the points you get. So, definitely a game to keep watching and see how it grows and evolves. Which I am excited for, actually. And you must have cut out again. All good, all good. But yeah, no, I think I speak for both of us when I say we're both excited to see where this goes, um, and how it evolves and grows over time. So anyway, I think that is where we might leave off for today. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think of the videos. We'd be more than happy to respond and try to get to any requests that might come in. Um, if there's anything else, definitely check out the social medias in the link tree on our page, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye.